So my name is Johan Dowdy. I'm currently the global head of IT and IT security at Asana. I've been in IT technology roles for the better part of the last 20 years, which is an epoch in tech time, watching things change and evolve. I've had the pleasure of working at a number of different fast-moving, high-paced tech companies like Asana, Workday, Lyft, Twitter, and others that maybe never rose to the prominence that some of those did. But that whole time, I've enjoyed watching technology emerge and sort of tracking the changes as they impact how we do work with each other collaboratively and how we make things work in the everyday technology field. When the consumer version of AI suddenly became something that everybody and everybody's mother and grandmother knew about because it was just so prominent, there was a lot of speculation about what's it going to do, how's it going to change things. I mean, with each Google search you now do, suddenly there's an AI assistant helping out and presenting the information in a way you might not have been thinking about. But I think it's that interactive nature of AI where it will over time blend into the background and not be a thing that people think about specifically, that it just becomes part of your experience. I really think AI is heading in that direction where it just becomes a tool that facilitates better interaction with your web searches or better interaction with the operating system or better interaction with information or how we process things. I think that the biggest challenge with adopting new AI technologies is the expectation gap that exists between leaders and users and the actual technology leaders who are implementing new process, new systems, new technology. When ChatGPT came on the scene, it was suddenly the only thing anyone could think about. There was a tremendous amount of hype about the prospect of AI. The real challenge has mostly been the initial expectation gap. I used the AI technology and it didn't really revolutionize everything. Is this real? We're really getting to the point where AI tools are very useful. They're not just hype, they're now actually being delivered. This just becomes more built in, more natural. And I think that people will continue to recognize it over time that AI is helping me do this. But on some level, I think the goal is to get to a point where people don't even think about the fact that they are using AI at all. It's just a natural part of the experience. Well, when you're in the business, that's the best risk-tolerant approach that you can take to make sure that you are covered appropriately contractually, you're following all of the local laws and regulations about how to process data and what happens with it, and you're applying that to your workforce, with a steady hand. Our staff and others to become themselves fluent with not just the AI features inside of our tools and others, but also the basics of prompt engineering, really understanding that it's not just a automated, I ask a question and it responds kind of process, that there's actually some structure that goes into it, that the output will vary based on the input, educating your staff on some of the possible negative outcomes. Hallucination is not completely a made-up idea. It's actually something that happens, and AI is by no means perfect or authoritative. It requires the same critical thinking that you put into any research. AI is not just a magic box that returns correct and life-changing results. It's a tool that can give you a lot of good information that then you still need to synthesize and improve upon. I don't know if after as many years as I've been in technology, 25 or 30, that I could possibly stay ahead of anything. I think that you have to be open to constant change to enjoy a career in tech. But at this point, there's such a complex, large digital workplace environment that everyone is steeped in, that we in IT need to be constantly vigilant about not only what is changing, what is emerging, but how our different stakeholders are using the different pieces of technology that we provide them, how those things all interoperate, how they interact. 10 years ago, video conferencing wasn't a must-have. At this point, video conferencing is a must-have. It's much like email or chat or some other essentials. You just can't operate a business without it. All technology is moving in that digital workplace direction where it's more of a portfolio of interconnected platforms than it is individual standalone solutions. AI has the power to really connect those things even deeper. It's a really exciting piece because where GoLinks started was to help make information easy and more accessible. And by layering on the search capabilities, you're exponentially increasing that. You've already got this connective tissue to hundreds of different systems by virtue of people wanting it easy to get to that with a quick and memorable Go link. On top of that, layering in the search layer is then how do we find additional information inside that? It's about not just finding the thing you're looking for, but it's also about surfacing some of the other things you didn't necessarily know you were looking for and finding avenues into that. So enterprise search tool like GoSearch is really great for helping people hone in on just the right thing, but also in helping to surface some of the other things that maybe wasn't the original target of the search, but becomes evident as useful once you've kind of dug into it a little bit more. So I think that all makes sense, in terms of the interconnected system of tools that really are essential.